Hey guys, welcome back to XDA. Today we're going to do a head-to-head challenge between Helium and Titanium Backup. And the reason we wanted to do this, a lot of you guys asked me for that video last week when I did the Helium application review, which is a must-have app for a non-rooted user. Let's check it out. I'm going to do the comparison for you guys on two different devices. The Note Edge will run Helium since it's not a rooted device, and we're going to run Titanium Backup on the Note 4, which is a rooted device. And this way, at least, we have the ability to actually see the benefits on a device that is kind of what this application is designed for. Now, don't take me wrong, Helium will run on a rooted device, but its actually main benefit is the fact that it runs on a non-rooted device. This is the Note Edge is running actually the Helium application. We activated the application using the desktop client. That's the only reason we are able to even use it. If we didn't, we wouldn't be able to even access the UI. The main system here is it enables you to back up text messages. It enables you to back up your home screen. So if you have TouchWiz home screen or anything like that. User dictionary, of course, predefined. Different launchers. Most applications on this, with the exception of a few that do not allow, and those you'll get them in the list at the bottom of the screen, which it disallows the backup. And generally what the developer says, if you want to back this up, contact the developer and ask them to allow it. The main benefit of this is the ability to use it on a non-rooted system. You can back up either the actual, we'll open this up here. You can either back up the entire application with the data, or if you check the box, it makes it into a smaller backup file, and all it does is backs up the data. Makes it easy to transfer when you're using mobile data. The other thing you have the ability of doing so here, obviously, is backing it up directly to the device. Online services such as Google Drive, Dropbox, or Box. Also does sync between devices, so if you have this on multiple devices, this will work for you. It's very functional from the sense of features that it comes with without necessarily having full system backup. So that's the beauty of it. Positive side, it backs up without root. Second, it gives you the ability of backing up data or backing up the entire application, saving you space. Third, sync across multiple systems. Fourth, gives us the ability to basically use all of this, again, on any system that we would like to back up, as long as we're able to basically activate it with desktop clients. So very functional, very useful. I've already went ahead and launched the application itself. Titanium Backup, as far as aesthetic, hasn't really changed much in the last few iterations of the app. We start off with the actual overview, gives us a little bit of information on what we're doing. Again, this is not a full Titanium Backup review. I just want to go through the main features and do a kind of a head-to-head comparison. Now, Titanium Backup is a root-only application. If we do not have root, we're kind of stuck. We cannot use this application. So if you own this and you have a non-rooted device, this will not be on it. So I cannot install this on my Note Edge. You do have a few features here that are non-available on the other applications, and we'll go into them and do them in a second. But an example would be, let's go here. We'll click on the Adobe Flash app. The main reason I clicked this because I wanted to show you some of the benefits of using Titanium Backup. You can back up the application, you can freeze it. Mind you, you can technically, obviously lock the application or freeze the application in a normal Android UI, but this gives you the ability to have a much more deeper freeze functionality. You can uninstall it and you can wipe data to it from here directly. If you swipe to the right of it, you also have multiple functionalities of what you can do. You can convert it to system app. You can take it out of being a system app. If it was a system app, you can convert it to a user app. You can't do that with Helium. You can clear cache, of course, explore, backup, send this backup over email, so you can back it up and send it as an email or as an attachment. Of course, the last but not least is that it actually gives you the ability of seeing everything under the sun. Everything is possible with Titanium Backup. Every application on your system is able to be backed up and restored. Of course, there are some issues with this. You want to be careful when you're backing up things that you don't necessarily know what they do. So be careful with system applications. But the other thing is you're also able to schedule it a similar way to basically a tasker type of functionality, setting up to do backups and restore or redo backups every certain amount of time. The last but not least is when we go into menus. It's a little bit of a longer list. Short explanation of this is you can do a batch file, so basically back up everything, redo a backup on everything. Also, the piece de resistance, creating an update.zip. This, by far, I found to be the best option. You create a backup of everything you want to back up off your device. Call logs, text messages, applications, full APKs, backup data, everything. And then generate a zip file. When you flash your ROM and you flash your gaps after that, this would be the third file you install. You install this and everything gets installed back up the same way you wanted it. It does everything for you, and it generates it and puts it directly on the root of your main system. So you just basically back up when you're in TWRP. You just go in, look for it, and flash it. So very nice, and of course you can export to XML for data ports. And then market auto updates and all, you can connect things to the market, disconnect things from the market to kind of keep things working. Overall, very nice application. Again, a must-have app for a rooted device. The device that you use Helium and Titanium Backup could be the same system. It could be actually even something else. And the reason I say this is because it depends really on the functionality that you're looking for. They really can coexist on the same system and provide different services. Now, I like Helium from the sense of the fact, A, it's not rooted. You don't need root to be able to use it. It syncs across devices, which is something Titanium Backup does in a different way, where it emails the actual files between one or another, or you can technically back up the entire directory and put it on the other system. But I like the way that Helium implements it. It uses the cloud functionality to be able to basically straight pull information from one system to the other wirelessly. No need to actually connect any wires and run it. So the implementation that we have in Helium is a little bit more user-friendly than Titanium Backup. So I like to kind of compare them to the a la carte, nice set of features, non-root requiring is Helium, and then when you get, you know, everything under the kitchen sink and the whole thing basically, where you get it with Titanium Backup. You can back up, restore, freeze, disconnect from the market, system app configuration. It's really intended to take full configuration and full power of root when you have it on your system. Of course, it only works on rooted systems, so that's one of the kind of caveats that you have to kind of accept with both of those applications. If you want root, you need Titanium Backup. That's kind of a must-have app. The moment you root your system, that's like the second thing you do. I think that's at least in my order of things to do when I root my device. And it's because of the fact of what you can do with it, especially when you wanted to get rid of all that bloatware. Titanium Backup enables you to do that. You can get rid of all the bloatware and at least freeze them, put them in a place where you don't really want to ever even see them, and you can restore them later if you ever kind of want them. Helium doesn't allow you to do that because it only backs up and restores. It does not uninstall, so it doesn't have that functionality, and it's not trying to market itself as there. So for a power user and what you want of all the powers as far as backing up, restoring, freezing, uninstalling, linking to market, and the list can go on for a long time, I think Titanium Backup is by far the winner. If you don't have root, I think at this point, realistically, Helium is the winner in that situation. So it's a really kind of a tip point between the two. You have root, you definitely want to go with Titanium Backup. And if you don't have root, Helium is your only option, and it's really, really good. Between the two of those, obviously these are great systems, but none of these actually kind of go through and override what you can do with TWRP or using Clockwork Mod as a backup, because that backs up everything. And we're talking a straight snapshot of your entire system, kernel, radios, system partition, everything, and you can restore to it to a later time. Before you do anything when you're rooting your device, that's actually kind of the process of rooting your device. It also should require a full backup of your system in case anything happens and you need to revert back. That's one of the benefits there. But anyways, to kind of close it up, Titanium Backup and Helium, again, it's really keyed off of root. If you have root, you automatically go Titanium Backup, and if you don't, Helium is your best friend. So let me know what you guys think. If this is kind of a quick comparison between the two of them, I personally have both applications. I've purchased the pro versions of both applications, and I like them. They provide me different functionalities over the years, and depending on my systems, since I have some devices that I cannot root, I do have the ability to basically enjoy having backup and restore functionalities. Other than that, as usual, like, subscribe to this channel, like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys soon.